University of Washington through the challenges that all programs of our caliber face, who would support our coaches and athletes so that our students could excel on the field and off the field. She really is someone who will put the student athlete first. We have a truly stellar athletic program at a really stellar university. And again, Jen will really be emphasizing the student athlete experience, which is so incredibly important to us. So at the conclusion of the search, we determined that the very best leader for the University of Washington Athletics was already right here in Montlake, Jennifer Cohen. Jen is a Tacoma native, and she's been at the University of Washington for 15 years as a development officer in athletics and in undergraduate education. Before serving as interim AD since January, she oversaw all of athletics fundraising, and in recent years, the football and baseball programs have directly reported to Jen. Quite frankly, you can't visit any of our venues without seeing an example of her work. From the $50 million campaign to renovate Husky Stadium to our really beautiful Conibear Shell House. Jen has the experience of the University of Washington, 3 prior universities, and in national circles to understand college athletics and to bring the University of Washington to even greater heights. Some of you may be following our first day on the job. We may well have a national championship. ADs get announced on the day we're playing in a national championship. Pretty cool. So I want to thank the search committee for their thorough, diligent work and for recommending such an outstanding leader. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce the new University of Washington Athletic Director, Jen Cohen.
Whoever put the picture up on the video board is in trouble. But this is truly an amazing experience. I think so many of you know that I grew up a Husky fan, and I fell in love with the University of Washington right here in this stadium. I spent a lot of Saturdays here. My dad's first set of season tickets were in the Family Fun Zone, which was located in the West End, which is kind of below where we are today. My favorite tradition on game day was going down to the tunnel and barking at the opponent. I legitimately barked. I think it was a sign of future competitiveness in me that I didn't know was coming. And then after the games, I would go down and collect wristbands from some of my favorite players. And so this place is just woven in the fabric of every being of who I am. In 1998, I had my first dream come true, which is getting my first job here. I'm one of those rare people that's been able to learn and grow and develop and stay at the school that they've loved their entire career, which doesn't happen very often. And so I sit here today just humbled and honored to be able to serve this great university and this athletic department that I love so much. It's fair to say that this truly is a dream come true for me. I'd like to first thank my new boss, President Kause, for this incredible opportunity and for her support and leadership. She is a tremendous advocate for students, all students, including our student athletes. So I'm really excited to work under her leadership. I'd also like to thank the Board of Regents and the search committee for entrusting me with a program that means so much to so many. I also want to introduce my family because they're everything to me, and this is an all-in, all-the-time job, and these guys, all 3 of them, are all in all the time with me. My 2 sons, who I want them to stand up because they are looking good today. Jacked right now, but Tyson's 14, is going to be an O'Day Irishman next year, and Dylan, who's 11. Good job, boys. And then my husband, Bill, who I met in graduate school. Supported me along the way on a lot of crazy times, so thanks, you guys, love you. So I love being a Husky for so many different reasons, and for me the biggest one, it's all about the people and it's all about the relationships And this place is surrounded with phenomenal people. It starts in our department with our coaches, our head coaches and our assistant coaches. And I tell them all the time, and I'm going to say it again, they are the best in the business. And when I say that, it's not just that they're great coaches, but they're great people. They have great character. They care about their student athletes. They're mentors. They develop these young men and women for life after college, and they're phenomenal. And I do want to give a shout out. I'm not going to recognize anybody else today because you're also amazing, but I do want to recognize Mary Lou Wolfberg, who can't be here today, but is competing, as President Kelsey said, for a national championship. And what a story. 20+ years dedicating her life to this place and these students. So today is her day to shine, and these student athletes' day to shine, and I'm just so proud of her. We also have a number of our staff here today. Husky Athletics has over 200 employees. All these people here, they're really the unsung heroes. They do all the hard work behind the scenes to make sure that our student athletes and our fans and donors have everything that we need. And every person in this room and every person in this department matters. They all contribute to our success now, and they're all going to contribute to our success moving forward. And then there's our student athletes, and they make us all feel like in awe. They're unbelievable. I watch these student athletes. Coach Pete always says, you're going to be abnormal. You know, he talks to them about, you got to be ready to be abnormal, and it's so true. These student athletes have so many demands placed on them, both in academics and in their competition and in their personal lives. And time again, they just surprise us, and they're shining right now. We're seeing it in the classroom. As President Kelsey said, we do put the student first here. And we have record high team and individual GPAs, record high graduation rates, because these kids are committed to it. But they also are great athletes. Right now, we're fighting to be in the top 15 here at the end of this year. Mary Lou wins the national championship day. We might even get higher in the Director's Cup. And so it's a remarkable balance of what these young men and women do, and they inspire us every single day. And finally, this is all possible because of our fans and our former athletes and our Tyee Club donors. I've been here a long time, almost 2 decades, and I've seen the impact that fan support has had. Student athletes come here because of our fans and our donors. Our facilities, our ability to give them the best resources possible are because of our fans and because of our donors and because of our former athletes. And this is a special place. Coaches are retained and they stay here because of it, and I know for me, it was a big factor in me wanting to lead this program because I knew that we had the support from all of our alums and our community. So thanks to all of you. I know there are a lot of you here today. I also love being a Husky for what we represent. We are tough. Huskies are tough. We're gritty, and the thing I love most about being a Husky is that we are determined. We are always charging forward to be the very best we can be. As Huskies, we also show great character and integrity and heart, and we do the right thing all the time. We call it the Washington way. And as Huskies, we are also one. We are unified, and we work together, and we know that we can accomplish so much more as a group as we can, much more so than we can by ourselves. And so these are the traits and the characteristics that I bring as a leader to this department, and I absolutely know that everybody associated with this department already has. So as we move forward and I take on this role, I've got 3 main objectives that our team's going to be focusing on. The first is that we're going to positively impact the lives of our student athletes each and every day. They are absolutely the reason why we're here. We are all about education, we're about opportunity, we're about access. That's really what we do. And it's our responsibility to make sure that we're giving these kids every experience possible, every resource possible, to really ultimately become the very best versions of themselves. So that goes so far beyond athletics. It goes into their academic endeavors or their personal development, and so that we can prepare these young men and women for life after college so they can go out and contribute to our society in meaningful ways. Second, we're going to inspire a championship culture that fuels winning teams. I've never hid the fact that I love to win, and I think everybody here feels the same way. That starts with attitude and effort, and a culture that brings great programs that are trying to achieve excellence at the highest level, just like our university. And so winning in all of our programs is a priority for us, believe you me. And third and finally is that we build and unite our community. I think a lot of us here today love sports because it's a great unifier. It's so inclusive. People from all walks of life get to come and be a part of this. And for us, it's being a Husky. And so we're going to connect with our student body. We're going to connect with our faculty. We're going to connect with our alums and our former athletes and our donors. And we're going to do that by giving them great experiences and great teams that will have Huskies around the world proud. And finally, I just want to say it is great to be a Husky. Those that are really close to this program know that we are on the verge of something really special here. We can all feel it. And that being said, there are going to be challenges. And this is not all going to be perfect, and we're going to work hard, and we're seeing all kinds of challenges that are impacting all schools across the country with the evolution of college athletics. And it's changing so rapidly. And so we see that in the positive investments we're making in our student athletes, increased expenses, the challenges of TV contracts and game times and the competition in the living room and where that impacts our revenues. And so we're going to tackle that here. And I'm telling you what, I am totally optimistic about the future. When I close my eyes, I picture this stadium full. When I close my eyes, I picture our student athletes, more student athletes like the ones that are competing today, competing for national championships. When I close my eyes and I think about the future of Husky athletics, I think of student athletes walking out of here and saying, that was the best experience of my life. And when I picture it with us doing it together. So there is no other place I'd rather be than here at the University of Washington. I'm honored, I'm humbled, we are ready to get to work with our talented team, and thanks and go Dogs.